Hello everyone, welcome to the session. I hope all are doing well. So, in previous session, we discussed about the nested if, and we done nearly 20 problems on if and else statements. So now we are going to start loops. Before we are starting the loops, uh, we will start with the problems regarding nested if. So we will start with the some basic problems on nested if. So this is the basic problems. These are the basic problems regarding nested if. So we will start with the first question. What is the nested if statement? Okay, this is just an example. If condition one will be passed or true, so it will be choose this path of the if, and it will goes into the if statement, and if this condition will be passed, it will print the both true. So this is which we already know. So check if your number is positive, and if so, whether it is even or odd. So here you have to check whether given number is positive. If it is positive, you have to find a negative or sorry, even or odd. If it is not positive, just print not positive. So this is the code, and we will check how it was run and how it will be works. So num he taken num equals to 8. Let's we take as an Amazon input. So we have to give int of input. You already know about this int of input because we are giving input as an integer. So you have to give int of input. So inside you can write is your wish if in the required answer or output you have to give anything like enter the number or enter the integer. If they mention anything, you have to print here. Otherwise, is our wish. And here we are going with this positive. Num is greater than 0. So if we entered the integer, so the integer whether greater than 0 or less than 0. So if it is greater than 0, then print positive. See here, in the asking question also, he entered not positive. So he didn't enter negative. Why? Because if num is 0, then this will be false. 0 is not greater than 0. 0 is equal to 0. So this condition will be failed, and it will be choose the else part. So when it choosing the else part, 0 is not a negative number, right? So 0 is not neither negative or positive. So when here we are printing the negative number, so it will be like a small mistake. It's not a coding mistake like pronunciation or what we call like. So he entered the not positive. So when we run it, it will ask the input first of all. So it yeah, there is no need. Okay. Here we are go with this entry number. So when we run it, we will get the it was asking the input. So let us give the number 6. Oh, sorry, 6 and enter positive and even. If we will give as a number 9 positive and odd. If we will give 0 not positive. Okay, 0 is not positive, so it given not positive. So this is how like in this case he used if inside a if. So like maximum we are having most of the grip on the if else statement is enough for a nested thing. So because just we have to know the syntax of the nested if. This is enough. Like we are knowing about the if and else statement, so we automatically we will get the grip on the nested if. So we have to just see the syntax. And okay, positive and even he taken here as 8, sorry, no, number as 8, so he will got positive and even. And find the largest of three numbers using nested if. Okay, how we will take it. So this is how it was used, nested loop, nested if for largest of three numbers. So when we are going with this, okay, so he takes 3 years integers and he done this, but I want to take these 3 as inputs. A equals to into input, enter a number. Just we are copying this and paste it at B. Assign this input to the B and C. Okay, for B, for C. Yeah, these are the three inputs which we have to give. So when we are giving these three inputs, it will go through the if statements. So when we are is going to the first statement, if A is greater than equals to B. So when is A is greater than B, it will choose this. If it falls, it will go to the else part. So you can get a doubt that here there are only two things. One is A greater than equals to B. Another thing is B is greater than equals to C. So you can ask this thing that if A is greater than equals to B. So if it is true, okay. So yeah, if it is true, then so it will choose this if part. And when it is choosing the if part, A is already greater than B. And if A is greater than C, so it will print the largest as A. But if A is less than C, so C is greater than both B and A. This is how he used nested if for finding the largest number. If A is not greater than B, so what is that? B is greater than A. So when B is greater than A, it choose the else part. So in the else part, the same thing. How A is greater than equals to B and A is greater than equals to C. He done the same process in else part, that B is greater than equals to A. So not greater than equals to, greater than. B is greater than A because equal to is used in if. So when it fails, so it B is not equals to or not less than A. B is greater than A. So when is B greater than A, B also greater than C, then largest is B. If B is greater than A, but C is greater than B, when if was at here in else, if if statement was fails, then what is the meaning? B is greater than A, but C is greater than B. So it will print largest as C. So this is how we used the logic. So when we run it, it will ask the three inputs. So if we will give, sorry, we will give 2, 3, 4. So when we will run it, it will give, so we have to press enter. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 4 largest. If you want smallest, then you can just change the sign like greater than to less than. That's enough for finding the smallest number. So this is how we will find the largest number when we are go the numbers going at here, and we will find like we got the logic here. So Again, let's do 13, 15, 17. Sorry, 17, 17. So it will works. It works. And here he taken 5, 12, 9. So the largest number was 12. And check eligibility to vote and got. See, these type of questions we already done in if else, but how we will do the same questions in nested if he will ask, then we have to do so. Just learn these things, how he done. We are at fourth question, right? Yeah. No. And here when we are in, yeah, age is 20. Let's we take age as input, int of input, because with this we can try multiple things, like, and it seems good. So enter age, right? Yeah, enter age, and here take an input. Okay, so take an input, enter true or false. We just use these thing, like, yeah, enter true or false. And if citizen, like, here he mentioned citizen, so there is no condition, right? So but why we are need a condition? Because when we are seeing the condition, whether based on that condition we will get whether true or false. Okay, if true, run it. Otherwise false, just go with the else part. So when we will give the direct true at here, so what is the need of condition, right? So when we are given the true at here, so there is no need of condition, and when this is true, it have to run this thing. So when it runs it, here there is a condition that age is greater than or equals to 18, eligible to vote. If age is greater than or equals to 21, license, driving license, else not eligible for driving license at. See, he used inside if, another if. So who are in between 18 and 21, they will got the eligible to vote, but they didn't got the license. Who are greater than 21, they will get the license, driving license. So this is how we done for both eligible to vote and getting driving license. And yeah, so when we will run it, whether it citizen was true, then it will be run. Otherwise it will show the it will go to the else part. What is the else part? Not a citizen, not eligible to vote. And here, yeah, enter the age. Suppose we enter 23, enter true or false. If we enter true, yeah, see, eligible to vote and eligible for driving license. If this condition if this condition will be true, then it will be print the eligible to vote, and after going to the driving license. See, inside if, another if, and inside this another if, another if. So how these three things are done in the format of like nested if. So in the format of nested if, so just see the syntax, and this if and sorry, this if and else are in same line, so same thing. Yeah, so just follow this, and we can nested if means we can do multiple ifs inside a if. So here they done uh, three ifs used. So and this is how he finds the both eligibility vote and the driving license. If we enter another number, if we enter uh, 19, true, eligible to vote, but not eligible for driving license yet. So he got the eligible vote. Yeah, eligible to he was eligible to vote, but not eligible for driving license. If we run it again, if we give 17, and if we write here like join, not eligible to vote, because here it sees the condition not false. If you enter false, then it will choose the else part. But what we done here was what here, yeah, here, see here, when I entered the false, it shows that not eligible to vote. So why it was happening? Because I got the point that we used here input. Okay. So when we used here input, so it becomes a string. So what you entered here, it doesn't care if you entered false, true, or anything. It not anymore a keyword. It is a string. So when we are entering the string, it was printing. So it will now the code was fully depends on enter age. So what your age was like less than 18 or greater than 18, 21. So it was seeing that, but not seeing this true or false. So you have to, you don't, you can't able to write input here, because when you are writing that, it was considered as string. When you're using input for that, it considered as string. So when we write here, so let's say example 18, eligible to vote but not eligible for this driving license. So if we enter false, enter age, so you can enter any age because it will show only one thing, not eligible, not yeah. So at here, yeah, if you got anything like, you know, if true, it will choose this. Then what is the need of entering the age? So you can write this input inside the if. So when yeah, inside the if, because if you enter age like anything, okay, anything means from 0 to like anything, so it will gives the not a citizen, because when we enter the false, so what is the need of this age? So when we run it, it will directly show not a citizen, not eligible to vote. Otherwise, you have to enter in a spot that another input, or yeah, input, not like if age is less than 18, you have to enter the not a citizen, not eligible to vote, something. So here there is no need of age when it was false. If it was true, it was true citizen, so it will ask the age. So if I enter the age 18, so it will give the information. So who was the citizen? So he will got he will like, we can get the information regarding him. So if his citizen is false, means he is not the citizen. So we have to print not a citizen, not eligible to vote, because he's not our citizen. So and this is how we are finding this both eligible to vote and driving license in with using nested if. So Fifth one is between nested if and if else if. So this is not a coding thing, but just understanding what is the difference between nested if and if else if. Places one if inside another, used when the inner check only makes sense after the outer condition is true. Independent conditions and if else if chain checks a series of independent mutually exclusive conditions at the same level, and only one branch runs nested if also deeper. Like here it was saying the difference between nested if and if else if. And in nested if, one if inner like places one if inside another. So when it was doing like that, so one condition, if the outer condition will be true, so we can go with the inside if, otherwise we can't go. So it's and depending like see depending conditions. So but in if else if, so there is chained, yeah, yeah, it's a chain thing that if one first condition was true, so it does not like it don't goes the second condition, it stops there. So this is the difference between the two things, nested if and if else if. Write a nested if to categorize a student's grade based on marks and within the pass category indicates distinction. See, we already done this in the with the help of if else, right? So if marks, elif, 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 and else. So here he was doing with nested if. So we was done that. Remove this thing. Yeah. Marks equals to 85. If marks is greater than or equals to 40. So he directly comes to the point that first he entered the if marks is greater than 40, then you can see the grade. Otherwise, result is fail. So he directly comes to the point at the starting. So we done the same thing like if greater than 90, greater than 80, greater than 70, greater than 50, like that. But here he done the at the first top of the code he done marks is greater than equals to 40. You can check your grade. Otherwise, your result was failed. So when our marks is greater than 40, we can write like this: if elif else a plus a b. So when we run it, it will show result equals to pass. Grade is a distinction because yeah, because 80 is greater 85 is greater than 75. And if we entered here into input, so here we will run AC inverted commas, enter marks. It will ask your input that 89 pass and distinction. If you give 39, result fail. There is no grade for failed students. So this is how we are using. See here, we used elif also inside an if. So this is the finding grades using nested if. Given a year, okay. Check if it is a leap year using nested if statements. Okay. So here we already done the same thing at before time, that with using or and operators. These two operators we used and we find the leap year, whether the given year was leap year or not in the if else statement. So he was saying that do the same thing but use nested if statements. So when we are yeah, when we are doing the nested if, so let's copy this. Hmm, again. Yeah. Okay. Copy this and paste in our compiler, and let's see what we get. Yeah. He entered year. We just enter the int of input. Okay. Enter the year. So when we are going with this input, so if we enter the input 2024 or something, so when we are going with that year was divisible by 4, then you have to like this condition will be pass. So yeah, you observe that before time we done the same code in two formats like or using or when year was divisible by 400, so it was by 400 it will be a leap year. Or there's two conditions, right? One condition was divisible by 400 or divisible by 4 but not 100. So same thing here, like if one number was divisible by 400, so it will be divisible by 4. So he common he takes the common from both conditions like divisible by 4 and c. He pick the common thing that divisible by 4 he common. If the given number was divisible by 4, then the condition was passed. And again, if year is divisible by 100, then yeah, then this condition would be passed. Otherwise, see, else print is not leap year. Yeah, here some this print was I have to go at here. Small mistake. Sh- Here it have to be here. Okay. So when we are doing this, yeah, when it was divisible by 100, so if you run it, and again it have to be divisible by 400, otherwise is not a leap year, is not a leap year, is not a leap year. If in these three conditions, if one condition will be fails, then it will show is not a leap year. So for example 2024 is a leap year. Otherwise we run it another thing that 2023 is not a leap year because it first of all it does not divisible by 4. And yeah, if year is divisible by, yeah, this is how we are find the whether the given year was leap year or not based on nested if statements. So here we used three conditions and the yeah three conditions. So if you pass given year was will be true in these three conditions, then it will be a leap year. Otherwise, it will be a not a leap year. Yeah. And again, we are going at here. So 2024 is a leap year. He takes the input as 2024. So yeah, can nested if statements be replaced by using an operator? Give an example. So he was saying yes, when every inner condition must be true along with the outer one, all conditions led to the same single action. If age is greater than equals to 18, if has ID, print enter allowed. So if yeah, see, before time what we done was, yeah, I think he's it see, when we printed here, if year is this before equals 0, then we have to true these three things. If one of these condition will be failed, then totally it will show the is not a leap year. Yeah, is not a leap year. But here, yeah, if this thing, if given year was divisible by 100, then it will show not a leap year. If it is not divisible by 100, it will show is a leap year. So yeah, when we are going into this thing, you can see here we used is not equal, like, yeah. First of all, see here, there is an another thing here that before time we used, what we done was, yeah, what we done, whether the give, let's here is a, okay, 4 or sorry, and give some gap, and a is divisible by 100 is not equals to 0. This is the one of the condition which we used inside a if for finding the it whether a leap year or not. So we used this thing, but here when we coming here, see, if year divisible by 4 equals 0, okay, this thing he applied here. And when we are going inner, if here a is divisible by 100 is not equals to 0. So when we are dividing the given year with this 100, it have to be not equals to 0. But what done here was is equals to 0. So what he printed here, if it is equals to 0, so 2023 is not equals to 0. So it printed is a leap year. If we enter any like 200, like, see, yeah, if we enter 2000, so what will be happen? 2000 was divisible by 4, and these divisible by 4. So here we are divisible by 100, so it's just getting true. For going at here, it was getting true. So other than that, for this condition was working at 2000. See here, when we are dividing 2000 with 4, so it was getting divisible by 4. But when we are doing this, it this condition will be fail. But that's why we done before that, or before, or what we done was a is divisible by 400 is equals to 0, whether this thing or these two conditions, whether these two conditions have to pass or this one condition have to pass. Here, see, when this condition fails, means this condition was passed. So here E thinks in different manner that what we condition was before time was this thing, a is divisible by 100 not equals to 0, then condition pass. So here condition pass means printing the leap year, but here condition fails means printing the leap year. So he changed the sign, like not equals to equals to, so he changed is not a leap year to leap year. So if this condition was passed, for example, like if you entering 2024, 2020, 2016, so when we are entering these numbers, it was getting failed, it was getting passed. So that's why we are going into this if part. So when we are going inside the if part, it was getting fail, because 2024, 2016, these are not divisible by 100. It getting remainder like 26, 24, 24, 20, like that. So that when it was getting fail, it was printing the leap year is a leap year. We are before time when we are printed sorry, giving the input as 2024, we got is a leap year at here. This is why we got is a leap year. So when it was fail, if we enter 2000, 1900 or 1400, so it was getting fail. So when it was getting fail, it will, sorry, it was getting pass because 1900, 2000, 1800 was divisible by 100. So when it was getting pass, it will leave this thing. What is else part is a leap year. It doesn't print is a leap year. So it will choose the inside inner part. What is this inner part? The inner part was if the given year which is divisible by 100 is also have to divisible by 400, then it is a leap year. Otherwise it is not a leap year. So when we are entering 2000, so 2000 is a leap year. Ah, okay. I have to remove this. When I enter 2000, so 2000 is a 2000 divisible by 4 divisible by 100. So it when it's divisible by 100, it doesn't choose this else part. It will choose the 400 part. So this inner part was divisible by 400. If 2000 was divisible by 400, it's okay that it is a leap year. This is leap year, like this output and this sentence came from here. And before, when we given input as 2024, we got the output at from here. Okay, so when we run it again, if we print 1900, 1900 is not a leap year. Is not a leap year. Why? Because it divisible by 4, it divisible by 100. So because of these thing, we are going into this. But you have to divisible by 400 also. So, but here 1900 was doesn't divisible by 400. So it will choose the else part. What is the else part? Is not a leap year. So this is how he converted the condition and or and removed the two things, and he done in a nested if form met. So this is how he was explaining that if these two conditions were true, it will print the enter allowed. So if we want in if, then he will use and if yeah. So this thing was yeah, this is how he was printing. And determine ticket price. Yeah, we are going to the next question. Yeah, 10 questions only. Yeah, we just go with that. Determine ticket price based on age and whether the day is weekend using nested if. Most probably when we are using this nested if for the different types of questions like these things, which two or three situations in one code, like one question. So here the situations was both. We have to find whether the day was weekend or sorry, and the age. So first of all, we start with the age. After we can find whether the given day was weekend or not. So he chosen directly. Same thing. Let's take this thing from here and we use in compiler. Yeah. First of all, age was 15. Is weekend, right? So age equals to 15 is weekend equals to true. If age is less than 18, okay. If age is less than 18, so age is less than 18, then is weekend. Like here he taken. First of all, we have to take an input int of age is an integer. So enter age. So when we are giving an input and it will take set here, so it will see whether this condition was true or false. So if we given less than 18, so it will goes into the if part. So what is inside the if? There is another if like is weekend. He already given his weekend as true. So it will print price 8. If our condition was failed at outer if, what is our condition was 18, less than 18. If I give 20, so what will be happen? It will choose the else part. So what is inside the else? Uh, if is weekend, price is 12. Is weekend, we know that uh, true is our wish. We have to give. We can give false also. So is weekend is true, then its price will be 18. So the teenagers was having 8. The price was 8 for above age, like adults. Sorry, they are having 12. So let's print this. See here, he used plus symbol, so you have to convert price. Price is an integer, so you have to convert the price into string. We can use comma and remove the string also. I will show it later. So presently, enter an age. So I will give 17. So the ticket price was 8. If I run it here as a false, yeah, false, then price was 6. Okay, 17. Price was 6 because his weekend was false. Means it's not a weekend. It's a week. I mean normal days, other than Saturday and Sunday. So it was false. So it will choose the price 6. If we run it again, so now we will choose the age 20. Ticket price was 10 because we entered false and the age was greater than 80. This condition was failed. So it will choose the else part. What is the else part? If it fails, then it will choose the else part. So inside the else, we have to choose the else. If we will, it will be true. Then inside else, we will choose the if because it was true 20. It will choose else and it will inside the else it will choose if because the statement was true, like the condition was true, is weak and true. And this is how we are finding the both things, like linking the age with the price. Here see with the price and yeah, here he linked three things, that age, the day, price. So this is how he used nested if in this case, in these situations, three situations at a time in one code, and determine ticket price. Yeah, this thing completed. So after that, what is the common mistake to avoid when writing nested if statement? See, logic error. Mainly, he was saying logic error. Yeah, if age is greater than equals to 18, if hash ticket, see the level. If yeah, you can write like this when if and like, wait, I will show you this error has how it will be an error. See, when was doing these type of things, be careful at that. Already I before said about this. See the line of if and print. So you can having a doubt that we have to see for if and else or if else. But why we are seeing this means this print is not belongs to if, this inner if. This print is belongs to this outer if. See, for example, I will run it. It will show an error, indentation error, because it this print was not belongs to both these if, I mean inner if and outer if. If I give space and I equal this both things, then this print was belongs to age. Sorry, I did not take an hash ticket. Yeah, hash ticket is true. For example, yeah, when we run it, sorry, there is no age, right? Age equals to int of input of enter age. Okay. When we run it, it will ask the what happened? It's not okay. Yeah, I done minus there. So it will ask the age. If I give 12, 12 is not greater than 12 is not greater than 18. So we did not give an else part also. So it just give this blank thing. So if we run again, if now we will give the above age like 20. So allowed inside. So because hash ticket, you are having the ticket, yeah, true. Because sorry, that's why there is access for going inside and welcome. This welcome is belongs to this if it is fails also there is a welcome. See if I will give it as a false, what will be happen? Enter age 20. Welcome. See, here there is no ticket, right? So here the print was belongs to outer if. So the age was if this condition was pass, like age was greater than or equals to 18. So the condition will becomes true. So we can print welcome. So this print is belongs to this if. So yeah, if we will give some space and yeah, do it here, run it, age 20. Yeah, it didn't give anything because this condition was false. This condition was true. So it choose the if part. What is the inside of if part? Inside the if, there is another if that hash ticket. Hash ticket was false. So it was choosing else part. There is no else part. It's just giving the blank space. So if we will do the true for it, it will give the both things 20. Yeah, both things because here the print was belongs to if which if inner if. Okay, the true like the print was belongs to inner if we are give the remove the space and we will equal this if and this print. So the print was belongs to if for suppose I will remove this thing. So what is the meaning of this syntax, like this code? The meaning is if this condition was true, this condition also true, so both these condition was when the both condition was true, it will print allowed inside. But what about the welcome? It will print continue like see if you enter anything. Yeah, if you enter age 20, it will gives this thing. If you run again and if you enter now below 18 like 17, welcome. So now here when we are printing the when we are typing this print outside the both if, it will print if you give anything, like if you give input anything like below 18 or above 18 and negative numbers in everything, it just take the input and print the welcome because the print is compulsory. There is no condition for printing it. It is a compulsory thing which have to come as output. So when you run it, if your age is like minus 100, it will give welcome because there is no condition for getting the output as welcome. So this is how we are doing, like these errors. Or if you forgot to, if you see there's another thing that if I remove this thing, no, I will remove this full thing. If I forgot to keep it, okay. If I forgot to keep it and just I clicked enter. So what here was happening? See, the when we are not keeping these dots here, it will give the space, four spaces. For the purpose of this four spaces was what are you typing inside it? It will belongs to this if. So if you forgot to print that, you are just entered and you are just doing the code like same thing. If hash ticket, no hash ticket, Okay, hash ticket was hash ticket, and you done print. Hmm. Hello, sorry, access. So here what will be happen? It will show you an error because didn't mention the dot. If you mentioned it, okay, you got the point where I done the mistake. So you again keep that dot, but you forgot to give the space. So it will see when you're using this if. So where is the spaces? Like where is this thing? You have to add it. Sorry, you have to add it. Okay, don't forget it. And after this, you have to add these thing also. Otherwise, this access was considered as the for this if outer if and this inner if. Again, you will got an error. Yeah, error. This print was belongs to this if, but where is the statement or where is the like sentence inside this if? So you have to give another tab, then it will be works. We'll print the allow axis. Yeah, this is the things which you have to learn for not getting these errors, these type of errors. And be careful when you are doing large codes like 55 lines, 44 lines. So at that time, these type of errors will be more difficult to change again. So here there is only three lines of code we change very easily, but in before time I think so. Before code or before code, we done it's a like nearly 8 to 9 lines. So at that time you have to give the spaces for every each and every line. So at that time just be careful. And here we completed these 10 questions regarding nested if. So from like in the next session we will continue with the loops, and we are starting the loops. So in this session this session is just for explaining this, giving some examples and explain the examples regarding nested if. Yeah, starting I said I will start the loops, but in the next session, I will start the loops. For present, I'm stopping it here. And thank you. Thank you for watching.